Sup everyone, welcome back to another video. As you guys can see, we got the two banners here today. We're going to be talking about them. We will go over each and every one of these characters, pros, cons, still worth it, not worth it, better to wait, better to go now, beginner players, veteran players, all the sorts. And then we're going to briefly touch on this weapon banner because I think apart from the really new players, everybody should know, or everybody will understand that weapon banners probably aren't going to give you guys the most value currently if you are somewhat midway through the game or you just reach endgame. Getting characters right now for the majority of players are still going to be more worthwhile, especially since with the arrival of Dendro introducing new ways to play the game. I'm sure a lot of people have their eyes on the eventual upcoming Dendro Archons, so meaning that you won't have enough resources to devote into the weapon banner. But nonetheless, we'll touch on it a little bit towards the end. So if you want to know more about this, just skip towards the end. Okay, first and foremost, let's talk about Ganyu versus Kokomi. Right now, I do think that when it comes to pure value and team versatility, Kokomi is going to be the better choice here. When it comes to dealing damage, there's no shortage of ways to deal damage. In fact, there are teams for Kokomi that are designed to deal damage through electro charge as well. It's not difficult to pump out loads of damage. It's really up to how you want to deal damage versus what kind of resistances and debuffs or buffs the enemies have. Really, that's just the key to Genshin right now. It's that you play around the strength and weaknesses of both yourself, or strength and weaknesses for the enemies, in order to maximize that damage ceiling. So when it comes to Ganyu, I do know that you guys also see Ganyu's usage rate has been slowly declining. And before you guys say anything, I do want to highlight that for the most part, it's not because she isn't doing good damage. For the most part, there's so many different damn ways to do damage in this game that it really doesn't matter. You play Ganyu, you play Ayaka, you play Kokomi, you play Toma, you play Barbara, you play like whoever the hell you want to play. If you pour enough resources, they're going to do damage, right? So at the end of the day, it's really who you want on your field dealing damage. And just so happens that people have been playing this character for so damn long. Came out in 1.2 people. That's in 2021, like January, I believe, or something like that. It's been 1.5 years and then some. People are bored of this character. In fact, this character was considered one of the more boring characters on release. However, once again, that doesn't change the fact that Ganyu, when it comes to raw numbers and stats, is still incredibly strong. She has really good teams that she can still be paired in till this day. She has stood the test of time when it comes to meta. I know a lot of people will argue like she has not stood the test of time because she continuously dropped lower and lower in usage rate, but that is not because she doesn't do damage. She deals damage. She in fact deals more damage than a lot of the teams that a lot of people would prefer to play, but most people would say she is extremely boring and monotonous to play. Her playstyle requires you to charge attack as well, so meaning mobile players or the large chunk of mobile players are not going to be wanting to mess around with that, okay? There are definite caveats to this character, but it is plain wrong to say that she deals no damage or she has no relevancy currently. She's still a very strong character. You don't mind the charge attack, you're okay with a pretty monotonous playstyle, meaning just spamming charge attack using your ult, and Ganyu is still a very, very good pick, especially for people who are just starting the game. You're struggling to find an on-field DPS that's like well-rounded, meaning like you can flex this character into multiple spots. You want your primogems or your dollar bills to be well invested into a character. Ganyu is not a bad choice, honestly. If you don't want to play her eventually as your on-field DPS, you can always flex her into an off-field cryo applicator / support. She has teams where she doesn't have to be on field, and that's more than what most, if not all, other main DPSs is able to offer currently in the game. Okay, with all that said, why do I still then say that Kokomi is going to be the better choice? Really, it does break my heart to say this, but Kokomi just currently feels like a more irreplaceable character in many team comps, if that makes any sense. Ganyu in most cases have characters, even 4-star alternatives to replace her. However, when it comes to Kokomi's teams with her jellyfish, there's just no other currently available hydro card, even in the force. A lot of people say, Barbara, Walrus, Barbara, use Barbara. Barbara does not replace Kokomi, okay? Rosaria to Ganyu is like, I would say 40% efficiency as an off-field support. Cryo applicator support, right? Rosaria's like 40% as effective. Smaller range, smaller uptime. I'm just ballparking numbers here. But when it comes to Barbara's like 20% effective. compared to Kokomi. Kokomi's entire strength is that she can drop that freaking jellyfish. It heals for a crap ton of health. It applies a crap ton of hydro. That is quite literally it. I mean, yes, she can open her burst, heal up the whole team. That's all good and dandy. She can be played as a driver. Yeah, I get it. But the value here truly comes from the difficulty to replacing these characters. Okay, Ganyu on field, you have Ayaka, which is just as good of a cryo DPS, if not better in some cases. When it comes to off field, you have characters like Rosaria, who, yeah, it's not perfect, but she gets the job done. You take away Kokomi from currently available freeze teams, suddenly it just feels a lot more awkward. Who the hell are you going to play? You're going to play Ayato? How's that going to work? To be quite honest with you, Ayato's uptime just isn't as good as Kokomi's when you really compare the two. So that's going to be that for the 5-star comparison. I want to now move into the 4-star units here. I'll be honest, this is probably one of the best banners in terms of 4 stars I've seen in a long time. I honestly can't even remember when was the last time the 4 stars on the banners are so damn good. Now, for newer players, this is just a well-rounded, all-purpose, damn near perfect banner for you. I've seen what Dori can kind of do through what Hoyoverse has shown us. It's quite interesting, albeit the numbers look kind of doo-doo right now. And I know Dori is designed for Dendro reactions. I know veteran players, for the most part now, don't even really get excited for Xingqiu and Sucrose anymore, because you guys probably already have them at optimal constellations. Newer players are going to be making bank with these banners though. I do suggest you guys maybe to pull a little bit just to get to one of each of these 4 stars. I think going forward, all 3 of these 4 stars are going to be incredibly useful. I don't suggest you guys really hunt fully for the 5 stars if you are interested in the Dendro meta, okay? The point here is not to get the 4 stars, people. The point here really is to snag as many of these 4 stars before you get to like 40 pity as humanly possible, so as to get the value of the amazing 4 stars on the banner without overstepping your boundaries and then end up pulling a 5-star that you potentially don't want. Anything under 40 pulls, in my opinion, is a huge win. So let's say you get one at 37, that is a win. Don't feel bad, be like, oh no, I lost my 50-50 to like a Chi-Chi at 37 pulls. That's a win, trust me. Throughout the patches, you're going to be able to get more primos, and that's going to even out for you, and you guarantee the next 5-star. You can just kick back, relax, and save for the 5-star of your dreams. In all honesty, I do think both of these banners are really solid. Veteran players are going to find it a lot more difficult to justify pulling just for Dori, especially if you don't want any of the 5 stars. It's a huge risk, especially with the characters that are coming down the line. With the Dendro Archon right on the horizon now, you really don't want to be messing up your pity. All right, is Dori going to be worth it? I don't think so, really. If the cost is ruining your pity, you can probably get her down the line. Okay, now to summarize everything for beginners, I really advise you guys pull on this banner up to 40 pulls if you don't want the 5-star. All right, see what you get in terms of 4 stars, especially if you don't have any of them. I think it's a great call to just pull 40 and then stop if you don't want the 5-star. If you want the 5-star, I would say proc the 5-star. If you lose your 50-50, save, because you probably pulled quite a number of these characters along the way. That's a win already. Save, you got your 50-50 guaranteed for the next character, and see what's coming down the line. Even if you want one of these 2 characters, I would say it's in your best interest, if you lose the 50-50, to not continue going for the characters. It's just luck at this point. Take what you can and move on. This is a solid banner to lose your 50-50 considering the number of constellations you are likely going to get on these high value units. Okay, I wish you guys the best of luck. Following that, I'm going to briefly talk about this banner, because let's be honest, if you don't have Kokomi, if you don't have Ganyu, neither of these weapons are going to be very strong pickups, albeit they got some pretty decent 4-star weapons here, but nothing really worth screwing up with one of these 2 weapons, right? Like, it's an absolute joke if you're telling me you're going to pull on a banner to snipe one of the 4 stars while you don't want neither of the 5 stars. That is just, you have to be some sort of delusional if you truly believe that is a good idea. I would say the vast majority of people are going to be hard skipping this banner, with the few odd ones that are going like, I want, you know, the Everlasting Moonglow, I want Amos bow. Like, bro, this bow is on the standard banner. I've been screwed by this bow so many times at this point. I'm almost close to R5ing it, and I never even tried to get it. This is a time to be patient, people. I think this weapon banner, I can safely say is a hard skip for almost everybody. And if you're going to be going hard on this banner, likely you don't need my advice. because you're more likely than not a huge whale. With all that said, I wish you guys the best of luck. No, seriously, this is a great time to be picking up the game. This is such a good banner for beginners, so take advantage of this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Anniversary is coming up next patch as well, so we're probably going to be getting some freebies over there as well. With all that said, fingers crossed, good luck with 50/50s. Till next time, urge y'all to stay safe. Peace, bye.